days ago, FOYU released a patch note with various changes to different fruits. So the previous video where I made a tier list might have some significant changes after this patch note. So I'm going to cover the patch notes and later update the tier list. So first we have Tori, who got a lowered Phoenix burst damage by 30%, and it also had a hitbox increased. Meaning, well, you're gonna do way less damage, and Tori is now below Mochi, and possibly Mara too. Reduce the end lag, that's not really important, but needed. Phoenix burst cooldown increase to 10, that is significant. And Pyrapple cooldown from 1 second to 10 seconds. That is huge. Adjusted mode bar usage. Now for Yomi, we got a buff actually. Decrease cooldown. And for Yuki, we have a nerf, an increased cooldown in Frostbite. In Mara, we have another set of big changes, which are only 2. Fireplace cooldown has been increased to 10 seconds, and Flame Pillar has damage nerfed. Now, how big is the nerf? I'd say around 40% or 30%. Basically, they reverted the 35% damage buff they gave it. They turned it back to what it was before. Because I was doing 109 damage per tick with my 1000 build into fruit. With my Immortal Tarital, which gave me a 16% damage buff to NPCs. And now I do 87 damage, so that's around 13 less damage. Plus 9. 22 less damage, which is really big. Now Hiei, the Frostblade startup, got increased by 20%. I don't really feel that change. Black Pitchfork increased startup on Pitchfork Dance and added end lag, and I really don't feel that change either. Hollow's Halber increased startup on Hollow's Sweep and added knockback. Now, yeah, this one it actually works. Hollow's Sweep, still pretty crazy, but it knockbacks, so now it's no longer a combo extender. Horo, this one's bad. The only thing Horo had going, and they nerfed it. I guess it was a bit silly to have 1200 and something unblockable damage. Well, half of it was unblockable because the other half would break your block. Start gun, increased startup for soul wolves, but that really does nothing because you can do it from far away and the wolves will still lock onto you. Lowered HP of soul wolves, now this one's really needed, and it's still pretty good despite this 400 damage nerf, health nerf. Buddha, spine breakers decreased, and now knockbacks upward. I don't know if that makes it a combo extender now, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Or maybe it is the case, I don't know. And these changes for Pika here now made it so that Pika is the better option between Magu and Pika. Pika is now the option. Pika is the fruit for grinding now. Because now you can actually PvP with it. Now that is crazy. Mirror Cake stun increased by 1 second. 1 whole second. You get hit by that, and you're done. Light Lunge increased by 0.25 seconds. Now that, it's okay, I guess. Pretty good. Kesui, duration, I really don't care about Kesui. Spin, Twister Throw, huge buff, from 25 seconds to 10 seconds, and Spin and Cycle got a slight nerf. Doulahan, remove stun and Will of Wisp, that was too broken, and I don't know why they haven't lowered the damage or capped the scaling, but it's still pretty good. It's still a better Fireflies, but with no stun. Reduce fear time on Onslaught of Shadows by 1 second. Now that, really don't feel it. You're still gonna get combo extended by that. And Fierce now sends targets running at front sprint speed. That really doesn't matter because everyone's using Rokushiki, or they can just dash and jump. Vampire. Now Vampire has some weird hitboxes. Very weird hitboxes. They have insane range for no reason. And they apparently, quote unquote, reduce the hitboxes on both Bloodchain and Vampire's Bite, but I really don't feel the change at all. They increase healing on the skills during Blood Aura by a lot. Don't think I need it. Blackleg anti-mana kick course now breaks block, but has an increased cooldown from 15 to 25. I thought anti-mana kick block broke before, but I guess it didn't. And that increased cooldown doesn't seem to be balanced, because anti-mana kick is really bad to land anyways. You need to do the up tilt combo in order to land it. And it doesn't do that much damage, only does like a 200 or something. I guess much more than Mochi ult, I guess. One sword style, GG Johnson once again, reduced the startup, doesn't really change much. I think this is Grey Kraken sword, Eternal Flow, reduced cooldown to 5. Hey, you're starting to notice a pattern here that a lot of these combo extenders are getting their cooldowns to 15 seconds. That's because they are trying to make like a global cooldown for all combo extenders, so that the evasive that lasts 30 seconds, I think, has more significance when you use it. Basically, you'd be saving yourself from a combo extender, and that combo extender won't be back until like maybe half of your evasive cooldown is down, which is really good. And now the change I really liked was this Mochi Barrage. Now this is the cooldown in main game, because in arena the cooldown is 30 seconds. Then Mochi Barrage also hit with the global cooldown thing. 2 sword style, increase M1 scaling. I don't know why. Fix Ken Haki going off from M1s. Fix stamina usage in Tekai. Fix horror tracking, fix PCC hitbox, fix Buddha causing people to go underground, fix story de-transforming once stamina runs out, fix vanity issues with new accessories. That did nothing. I think it was only the GPO Fedora that got changed into cosmetic, and it still takes stats, so you can't just wear it. Fix mode bars not showing an impel down, maybe fix NPCs disappearing, and then maybe. That maybe is really scary. How it changes? Change the evasive key from Q to left. Now that change has confused a couple people who have been PvPing, especially in 1v1s. I've seen people say, "Oh, my evasive is bugged; it doesn't work anymore." And I tell them, "No, it's because they changed it to the left control." So funny. Had one encounter where the guy went, "Can you M1 with me? I need to check if my evasive works, because I think it's bugged." And then I started M1ing him. He did an evasive out of it. And he said, "Oh, it's still bug." And I told him, no, it's because they changed it to control, left control, try it." And he was able to evasive. Now boost to damage boost decrease from 20% to 10%, that's pretty big. And that lowers it by like 3 damage points, I think. Or something like that. Lending 1 and 1 refills to 1 Gepo jump. This is really useful, especially when you're fighting dungeons or anything with a bunch of NPCs. Increase M1 cap on Neptune Trident and Black Pitchfork. Now for Neptune Trident this doesn't really do much, but for Black Pitchfork it doesn't really do much either. Reduce HP regen from items when in combat. Cut in half. This is huge. If this is in main game, then in main game you would regen basically 20 per tick with 10 health regen. And now I think you regen only 10 or 5, depending on how much regen you have, of course. Update Eternal Poses to show on the compass top of the screen, like this. Now, if you select your lock pose, it shows at the very top. Lowered impel down shop reroll timer, meh, that really doesn't matter. And add rare fruit chest to impel down shop. That's cool. Now, it's time to update the tier list. Well, these are the changes I made so far, and nothing changed really other than Paw moving in front of Sushi, because Paw is definitely better than Sushi. Hiei moving from in front of Sushi, which was here, to the top of B tier, and I'm a little bit inclined to put it on A tier, but I think that's too much. Gura is disgustingly good. Yuki's still really good. Honestly, I might just put Ope like this, because Yuki just is better for PvE overall. It has, and Goro is just your typical very good Logia, and this Ope is just meh. It's just weird. It's a mythical and all, but meh. And then you have Buddha. Buddha's kind of like, well, it's pretty good. Eh, it's okay. Scaling's pretty good. Yes, this is the new improved tier list.